Well, ladies and gentlemen, wait until you hear what this thing sounds like, alright? Today we're going to be checking out the Merrow Km6 Mkiii artist from Schecter Guitars. Let's get into it. So what is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. My name is Ray. I'm a guitar player here on YouTube, and right off the bat, this is not my guitar. A fellow viewer sent this guitar in about a week ago at the time of filming this video and said, hey man, this is mine. I want you to check it out. I want you to give it a nice little home for the time being. Just keep it, safe and secure while it's on vacation here in your house. And I was like, oh, absolutely, dude. Thank you so much. And I'll do my very best to give it a nice home for a little while and jam on it a little bit. So that's what we're going to do today. So this guitar has a ton of specs, man. It's actually really spec'd out. So starting right off, it has Merrow's signature pickups, okay, with a switch for 3 different voicings. Down position's kind of passive sounding. Middle is rather higher output and active, and then up top is split coil. Really, really cool. Then you have a 3-way selector for that as well. 1 volume, which I like 1 volume a lot. Next you have a brass block in the back, which is really cool. You have a, I don't know, like a 20-piece neck. No, I'm not really sure how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9-piece neck. I was close with 20. But you have Wenge, Purple Heart, and Maple, so that looks really cool. And I believe it's a swamp ash body with a pearl top. Poplar burl top. Pearl, that'd be that'd be really expensive, I think. And apart from that, I think that's pretty much it. A very spec'd out production model guitar from Schecter. And it looks really cool, but most importantly, it sounds really cool. So let's get into some tones right now, alright? So for the demo song, I'm tuned to drop B. I'm going in front of my EVH 606 50 watt 5153 head. And I have a hex drive going in front of that on the blue channel. And so after the demo song, I'll come back and we'll just hang out, we'll just riff a little bit, we'll do some cleans, do some high gains, some chugs, a little bit of lead stuff here and there, and then after that, we'll just come back and we'll wrap up today's video, alright? So I hope you enjoyed the tones in the song. Just sit back, relax, listen to what this thing sounds like. It's really, really good sounding. Without further ado, let's get into it right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Schecter Keith Merrow Mark III KM6 artist guitar. Overall summary, it sounds cool, man. It sounds really cool. Schecters have a really unique sound, in my opinion. I've had the Evil Twin back in the day. I've had the SLS Elite back in the day. And this guitar certainly has a similar sonic vibe to that. And especially with the Fishmans. Now, although these are signature Keith Merrow pickups, Fishmans do have a certain sound, in my opinion. Just very, I don't know how to describe it, very clear and very percussive and very, not pokey, but like piercing in a way. Piercing, I think, is a good way to, describe it. That's not a bad thing. Piercing in a good way. I'm an EMG guy through and through. I really like EMGs, but I have to give credit where credit's due, man. Fishmans just sound so good, man. They're so clear. I think Tosin Abasi said Fishmans are like 4K television, like that kind of clarity, and I tend to agree, man. They're just so clear and so just unique in a very good way, and Schecters and Fishmans is such an awesome combination, so I love the way this guitar sounds, man. And apart from the sound, man, it just feels really good as well. Now, I have really big palms and little fingers, so anytime I have the opportunity to have a smaller, thinner neck, I'm all for it. And, this guitar has a really thin neck. It's not like a baseball bat, Les Paul style. I mean, it's a shredder. Keith Merrow is kind of a shredder himself, and, it just fits that shredder vibe, man. It's not necessarily a guitar that you have to fight to play. It sounds really good, and it's really easy to play as well. I guess the only negative I really honestly could say, and this is, kind of relative and up for debate, is the price point. Close to $1,800. That's a lot of money for a production guitar. Again, $1,800 is relative in terms of expensive, but in my opinion, I think that's very expensive. But at the same time, you're getting a lot of really awesome features that aren't really seen in a lot of production guitars. So like I said, it's kind of relative. It's kind of like, up for you to decide if that's a positive or a negative. I did want to point it out because that is a lot of money. We're almost pushing 2 G's in US dollars. So that's a lot of money. But like I said, man, one more time, you got a ton of specs, signature pickups, a nice top here. You have a Swamp Ash body, 9-piece neck, really cool locking tuners, etc., etc. This guitar, really, really spec'd out. And lastly, I want to say one more time a huge shout out to the gentleman that sent this in to the channel to have here on vacation for the time being. I really appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much for allowing me to have one of your prized possessions here for me to check out. That means a lot to me. And I've certainly really enjoyed having your guitar here, and I hope I did it justice, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So thank you one more time. I really appreciate you. And lastly, I want to say thank you to you watching at home. What do you guys think of the tones? What did you think of the guitar? Leave all your thoughts down below. Let's have a nice friendly discussion about the KM6 Mark III artist from Schecter. Everybody, thank you one more time for always continuing to hold it down here and support the channel. I love you guys so much. A huge shout out to all my patrons. You guys are awesome. I'm out of here. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay metal, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.